guys, welcome back. We're going to be riding now the Sportster S. This one has the Revolution engine, so it's going to have 121 horsepower, 90 foot-pound of torque. You're going to notice this is going to be a 17-inch wheel, single disc, 4-piston calipers. In the back is going to be a 16-inch wheel, and you're going to have a single disc caliper. I'll give you more about the motorcycle once we get going, but if you can see right off the bat, it's going to be very nice. One thing you wouldn't know from looking at it is going to be that this is going to be 30 pounds lighter than your Ducati Diavel. So we are currently on the Sportster S. The Sportster S is going to have the Revolution engine that it's on the Pan America. The only difference that you're going to find is that the one that we find on the Sportster S is a detuned version of the one that you will find on the Pan America. So you get 121 horsepower, 90 foot-pound of torque. You're going to get that torque is going to be more available in the mid-range than you would on the Pan America, which is going to be available at the higher range of the spectrum. You're going to get a 4-inch display, as you can see here. It's going to be extremely bright, which I'm going to have to say I thoroughly enjoy. It's very, very visible, and I have no complaints when it comes to visibility. The Sportster S is going to come at 502 pounds, so it's not going to be that heavy of a bike when you think about the type of motorcycle that we're riding. One fun little fact is that the Ducati Diavel weighs 30 pounds more than you would on the Sportster S. And oh my god, guys, I don't know if you're able to get a good feel or if you got a good view, but you could feel literally the Revolution engine just pick up and go. Holy crap. This is going to be a 6-speed transmission. It's going to be mated to a chain driven, so this is going to be chain driven, so you know it's not going to be your typical belt that you will find on most Sportsters. We're going to have different riding modes as you would with the Pan America. You're going to have your sport, your road and rain. If you go through here, you're able to cycle through. It's going to tell you the outside temperature. It's going to tell you your range currently. It's going to tell you your trips A and B, and then you go back to your regular odometer. If you press over here, it's going to give you different menu options. So you have the option for your map, music, motorcycle information, settings. Let's say you don't want to be in that screen, you just go ahead and press the home and you're back in the home screen. So as you saw, it doesn't let you play with the settings, so that's one good thing. It's a safety feature that they've added on here. So it also comes with standard with heated grips, which is going to be great for those nice and cool mornings. You have cruise control, which is another great feature. You turn it on here and then you set it, and here we are cruising at 60, as you can see here. In order for you to disengage the cruise control, you either turn it off over there on the cruise control, or you press your brake, as we're going to do now to show you. And you saw it's going to be very sensitive, so you're not going to run the risk of thinking of that you're going to crash because it's not going to disengage. So we're going to go ahead and turn it back off. You also have your passing light by pressing this over here forward, or if you want to just run with the high beam, you push it up and it go ahead and leaves your high beam locked in place. Very fun little package. As you saw earlier, they're doing a great job when it comes to the paint schemes and whatnot. The one we're riding today is going to be the white with the bronze tank here, like the filler hole. And then what I liked about it was they did the casing as well. They give you that bronze accent. I have to say, Harley does an incredible job when it comes to basically all the options that you have. Not like your Japanese motorcycles, you buy one and they're all going to be pretty much the same. They're going to have about 3 different colors. All the engine casings, if they're all doing black engine cases, guess what? That's what you're getting. With this one, you have the ability, or it actually gives you that option. As you saw, it gives you that bronze casing, which ties very well with the bike. The Sportster S is going to be a forward sitting position, so you're going to see we're going to have forward control. I'm going to be stretched out. We're going to be stretched out, and let me just go ahead and punch it here for you guys. Come in. It literally hauls, like you literally downshift and it literally hauls, guys. So I mean, what a fun little package. So like I was saying earlier, if you didn't know it, the Sportster S weighs 502 pounds, which, believe it or not, is going to be 30 pounds lighter than your Ducati Diavel. I mean, that wouldn't typically register in your mind, but you're like, holy crap, it's 30 pounds lighter. Yep, 30 pounds lighter. So again, you're getting all that power, all that torque, lighter weight, so you know you're going to have a better ride. In the front, we have a 17-inch tire. One thing that I'm not really sure why they did it that way, maybe just because they didn't see the need for it, but in my mind, I would think with the amount of power that we are delivering from the Revolution engine, you want to have dual disc, which is going to provide you with better stopping power. You do get a single disc 4-piston caliper in the front, so I mean, maybe that's why. In the rear, you're going to get a 16-inch tire, you're going to get single disc just like any other motorcycle, and it's going to be a dual piston caliper. So I have to say, this is a beautiful package. It moves very well. You know where you're going. You downshift once you're in the RPM range. In the power band, you can definitely feel the motorcycle just want to go. Right now we're hovering around 70 miles, and I'll show you guys. So I'll show you, we'll leave it in gear, that way you see what I'm talking about. So we're doing 60 right now. It has enough passing power. As you can see, it just wants to get going. I mean, it doesn't even think about it. There's no hesitation. You don't get some of that, you know, like that lurking that you typically would get on some of the air-cooled engines from Harley, that if you're not going too fast, you would typically start feeling that, like that lurching, like the motorcycle is like, you know, starving for power, or, you know, you're not in the right RPM range. So if you ask me, I think Harley, with the Sportster S and the Pan America, they are knocking it out of the park. The fact that they added the Revolution engine to the Sportster, which is one of their most you know, sold bikes, I think it's going to be an even better offering. Right now, you typically only have the option with Harley, either the 883 or the 1200. So the fact that they actually came with the 1250, oh my god, dude, beast. I thought the Pan America was good. This is better.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I disagree, but that's good. I'm glad you like it.
So, and what I meant to say was, I like the power better than the Pan America because you have it at the low end. So I mean, you definitely feel, so you can see there, I mean, you press and you literally are just riding her like a scolded. I mean, this is just incredible. So as I was saying, Harley knocked it out of the park when they came out with the Revolution engine, and then they put it in the Sportster, which is one of their best offerings in the lineup. Right now, the only options that they have besides the Sportster S is going to be the 883 and the 1200. So when you think about it, you're putting a sport engine between into your already one of your most popular bikes. It's going to be a winner. You get a small tank, it's going to be a tank that's going to be over 3 gallons. However, you do get 49 miles per gallon. Not the way we're riding today, obviously, but if you're riding this nice and soft, nice and easy going, I wouldn't doubt that you get even more than that. So if you think about it, you're going to get a range that's going to be over 150 miles per ride. So it's not going to be a bad offering. You have your cruise control. I mean, the only thing that's lacking for me, my taste, will be like a small windshield, but that will be just me. Other than that, I mean, great package. Beautiful 4-inch display. You have different riding modes for if you want to change your riding modes. We're on sport, we have rain, we have the road, and back to sport. So again, you choose which riding mode you want to be. If you don't want to, you know, if you're loaning the bike to somebody or you're under inclement weather, you change your riding conditions for a more, you know, smoother throttle response. But it's a beautiful bike, guys. I mean, it's really hard for you to go against it. The one thing that I found really odd was, so we have the tank here, and I'll see if I'm able to show you. So we have the tank, failure here, there's no key. You pull up and you're in the tank already. So typically you want to have a key, just because I'm guessing you don't want nobody to siphon your gas out, but there's no key on this one. Maybe just because that's the way it is. maybe they're gonna come with it at a later date, or knowing Harley, it might be an option. You have to go ahead and buy a separate filler cap that has a key, so you're able to lock it in place. So, but guys, beautiful bike. Ergonomics, believe it or not, don't feel uncomfortable. Yes, you're sitting stretched out. Yes, you're sitting in a forward riding position, giving your foot controls, but you wouldn't even know it. If you ask me, I feel like they actually, even though they're forward controls, they did a great job in the placing of the pedals. So they actually did a great job. As you can see, you have your empty and fuel gauge here. So I mean, honestly, you have absolutely everything. And the fact that you're able to connect your Bluetooth and everything to the bike, that makes things a lot better. So it kind of reminds me almost to the 4-inch display that the Honda has under Honda Rebel 1100. Almost basically the same, you know, display and everything. So, but guys, what is there not to like? I mean, you are getting a lot of bang for your money. This one over here is going to come at $14,499. So let's be honest, $15,000, which is going to be a markup of a couple of grand from your you know, 1,200. But one thing that is going to be great about the 1250 Revolution engine is the fact that you have hydraulic valves. Hydraulic valves are going to minimize the need to open the engine and adjust the valves depending on whatever interval your manufacturer you know, says they got to be adjusted. So that's one thing regarding maintenance that's going to decrease the maintenance cost. So something to think about. So this is what I was telling you. So you see my leg, it's literally sitting on the heat shield that we have here from the exhaust. So the only way for that not to happen will be to put my foot up here on the forward, you know, on the footrest. So that will be the only way for me not to get the heat that's coming from the engine to my leg. You'll notice that this is going to be a water-cooled engine.